Good morning, people. Good morning. Boom. Today is what day? Saturday, October 14th, 2023. My name is Edward Bevilacqua. We are here at Camp Rainman, Department of Career Services, where our goal is simple. Is to help you get from where you are to someplace better. From point A to point B, from Someday Isle to Successlandia. We do it through the podcast, but it's not really the podcast. It's through the stuff down below in the description. So please go down there, like it, share it, click on the bell. What else? There's a thumbs up. Do all that, please. But the most important thing is to come back every day, to make it part of your routine and have it become a habit because you care about moving forward. And at the end of the day, that really occurs when you have meaning and purpose in your life. But we have a bunch of hacks down below, except on the weekends, we don't do our structured program that we do through the week, where we focus on our neuroscience-oriented approach to success. Our course, we focus more on foundational theology, questions for the non-believers or for the people who are not yet believers. Let's not say, I'm going to delete from my vocabulary non-believers and change it to not yet believers, just as we stop saying the homeless, where we're separating them into our orphans and widows. And pure religion is going out and helping the orphans and widows. And so that is our mission at Love Thy Neighbor. And we're proud to be associated with Mind Body Solutions, Dr. David Linden. But let's get started because it's early Saturday morning and most people are not up yet. We start, our podcast is normally 5 parts. Prepare for the podcast, prepare for the day, attitude of gratitude, instill an attitude of gratitude. 3, review yesterday. 4, plan for today. And 5 is to project the day and then go live the day we projected. Actually, 3 of those 5 steps should be done after this podcast. So the podcast should be prep for that. So we definitely need to review our day after the podcast. We need to project after the podcast. And we should probably have our attitude of gratitude after the podcast. But let's get started with our breathing exercises. Yes, that's breathing exercises, not breathing exercises. Those occur later. So here we go. Inhale. We want to get as much air into our lungs and get as much cortisol out of our body as we can. So it's a double intake. This is the Dr. Andrew Huberman from Stanford breathing technique to quickly get our lungs filled with air. So double intake. So you inhale as much as you can using your stomach and everything. And then once you think you've inhaled as much as you can, then you constrict your muscles to expand even further, get a little bit more in there, fill up those little air sacs in your lungs. So it looks like this. Evacuation complete. Okay, and I promise you'll feel it. Okay, number 2, attitude of gratitude. Write in your book, your notebook, your piece of paper, whatever it is, write in there, I'm so happy and grateful now that blank. write it out. So I'm going to have a little bit of Sam's Club coffee. A little bit watery today. I'm so happy and grateful now that step 2, turn it into a question. What am I so happy and grateful for? And then 3, turn my attention in, look at the voices, look at the thoughts, the other voices inside of my head. Because our brains have evolved or are designed to solve problems. If you give your brain a problem to solve, I guarantee you, I can promise you that it will engage in trying to solve that problem, and it will keep doing it until you say, okay, quit, or it can't be done, or I did solve it. It's a story of people getting fixated. Okay, that's our attitude of gratitude. Review yesterday. Ask yourself, how did I feel about yesterday? What were the highs? What were the lows? Etc. What was the good, the bad? What did I learn from yesterday? What are the things I can repeat? What are the things I should avoid? That you do after. Okay, planning for today. This is Saturday. This is the weekend. For a minority of people, it is the Sabbath. For a minority of people, they do not work on the Sabbath. Cool. Our podcast is designed for the not yet believer who is also not successful. If you're successful, you already have the answers, you believe you have the answers, you're not looking for the answers to the questions. If you are a believer, you already have your life's plan. You understand why things are the way they are. It's part of God has a plan for me, and I'm either working in accordance with the plan, I'm discovering the plan, or I'm kicking against the goads. It's one of those things. I'm not in alignment with God's plan, because God doesn't plan for me to have suffering. Okay? So if I'm already a believer, that's what I have. This podcast is not for you, because you're already on your path. You have your pastor teacher, you have your belief set. This is for the people who don't, this is really designed for the people who don't have it figured out. They know they're in a place that is not good, but they don't see the window. They don't know how to open the window, how to open the door, how to flick on the light switch. They're scurrying around in the room, bumping off the walls, frustrated, clicking on things they think are light switches, only to find out it's something else. Or they open the window, they turn around, and the window closes behind them. Now it's even harder because our eyes have adjusted to the light. Now we're back in the dark, etc., etc. So this podcast is designed for those people who are not yet believers. And they're not yet believers because what they have been told does not resonate. It just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Why is there evil in the world, etc.? Why are there so many Bibles? Why do Christians argue about the meaning of passages? Why do we have to have people keep interpreting the Bible? If the Bible is the same as it always has been, or if the message in the Bible is the same and it will not change, why are there more people than ever, say it that way, more people than ever interpreting the Bible, rather than getting people to understand what it says, to understand what somebody in the past said it means? Why do we have to take the approaches? I know the words say this, but they mean something different than what they say. Or to take it down to several levels. Yes, it means this. It says it's a fig tree that doesn't bear fruit. But why does it say fig tree? Why doesn't it say grapevine? Well, because there's special symbolism in figs, and that figs have skins and they have seeds, and blah, 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 blah. Just this rabbit hole, or the event horizon. So this is for not yet believers. And the starting point is that our life was a gift from God. A no strings attached, perhaps our life was a gift from God, a no strings attached gift, a true, perfect gift. Because wouldn't you expect God to give you a perfect gift? Not a flawed gift, not a conditional gift, not a thing that's not really a gift, it's an investment. So perhaps God did that. Why? Well, maybe just because he's a good guy. Yeah, maybe because he created man for a good purpose, and he put a spark of himself in each of us, and God gets to experience life through us. It is a mutual thing. It's a gift. You have a gift of life. I'm inside of you. I'm there to help you in your time of need. I'm there to help guide you when you need it. And I get to experience your life. I get to experience life through you, the interactions of people. Because, yeah, I'm omniscient, I'm omnipotent, but it's kind of lonely out here being the only omnipotent person and having these creatures who I love. How does God experience the world? Through people. And people have a little spark of God, which they can flame the spark, increase the spark, make it better, and then perhaps God would want to do more. Hey, great, yeah, I'm experiencing life more with you. You're a means for me to be able to experience life too. It's not just a one-way street where I have given you this wonderful gift that you cannot repay, but I get to experience life through you. It's a symbiotic, synergistic, synchronistic relationship. Okay, so we're 12 minutes in. So let's say that was the case. Let's say that our life was a gift from God, a no strings attached gift, and we had the spark of God in us, that there was no plan. We could do whatever we wanted with the gift. We could decide to squander it because it's ours. Somebody gave us a Leatherman. We can decide to do with it whatever we want. We can use it as a tool. We can use it as a paperweight. We can put it in a drawer, forget about it. We can give it away. We can leave it out in the rain. It's ours to do whatever we want. And there's no judgment about what we do with that gift we have. However, let's say somebody gave us a Leatherman and we put it to great use. We made great things with that Leatherman. It was always with us. How would the person who gave the gift feel about that? Probably pretty good, perhaps pretty good. And so for the not yet believers, that's a simple way to think about it. Our life was a gift from God, no strings attached, but there's a spark of God. God is in all things. So God is in us. It's a little spark. Let's just say it's here, but it could be everywhere. Who knows? It doesn't really matter. God is in us, and thus God gets to experience the world through us in a tangible, real way, interacting with other people. And certainly when people, you could imagine that certainly people working, cooperating together is creating a stronger bond with God. Okay, thinking out loud, spitballing. Let's move on. So, how to move from point A to point B? It's simple. Come back here every day. Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, act such that yesterday was the only easy day. Act such that yesterday was the only easy day. As for the people who are not yet believers, certainly you can go into a church, you can go into the deep end, sink or swim, have people try to explain to you the Bible and the complexities, and that's certainly okay. Whatever, what is Jordan Peterson? Whatever turns your crank, man. whatever way you get there, get there. So if you have the ability to go with a friend to church and get it, good. This is for the rest of us, for the rest of those who it just doesn't make sense. They can't quite click it together, going and bumping their head against the wall, believing that, well, one day, by bumping my head against the wall, I'll find the doorway, I'll find the opening, and I won't bounce off the wall. I'll go through the doorway. That is okay. It's about getting through the door. So, with that, today is Saturday. Go make something happen. Be safe out there. Not really. Life is an adventure. Don't do dumb things, meaning and purpose, etc. And for the people, our orphans and widows out there, we have shower. We have washing machines. You are welcome to use them, but we need you to sign up. We need you to register. This isn't just we're going to enable you to have a life. We're here to help you. Here, when I say we, I mean the churches. Many of the churches in Pahrump, we believe that soon all of the churches in Pahrump will be part of helping. And the idea is to have plenty of showers, plenty of that, but it's not just physical food, clothing, shelter, basic necessities. Once those things are stabilized, we need to go to the next level, which is your mind and your beliefs. Help get rid of the painful thoughts, the unproductive thoughts, so we can then move forward to step 3 on the hierarchy of spiritual needs, which is foundational employment and your relationship with God. Okay, once again, I will say once again, and cut. And cut. Boom.